The Portal North Bridge project is a $1.6 billion project that constructs 2.5 miles of off-track structure to basically replace the Portal Bridge swing. Frequently, there's a lot of problems with the swing bridge closing, and it has tremendous impacts on the rail service for both New Jersey Transit and Amtrak in the Northeast Corridor.
The clearance is going to be twofold of the existing, so no more opening the barges, no more opening the vessels of any kind. And due to the age of the bridge, every time it opens, it requires a full gang of B&B technicians, that's bridge and building technicians, to be out there for any type of repairs. The trains stack up fast, just because you have, you know, a 20-minute delay that will affect, you know, sometimes up to 25 trains, and everything just keeps backing up.
H&H is serving Amtrak on the project as the construction manager, and there we do many facets of services. We review submittal drawings, perform construction inspection, coordinate with force account, those kind of services that go on in both engineering as well as construction inspection.
Most significant challenges is things that you just can't plan for. Settlement was a major issue. That's things we're not used to. We had to get our subject matter experts in here from H&H. I can't say enough about how much of a huge help that was.
Settlement is very important, you know, to have managed, because we have to keep the trains moving in a safe and efficient manner. So one of the things that H&H served Amtrak with was by checking the monitoring devices along the track at critical spots and during near active construction sites, so that we could be in front of it. So as settlement occurs, as it often does during construction, it was all manageable and monitored and predicted, so that we never had to run slow waters or impact service in any manner during the project. There's a lot of environmental challenges on the Portal North project, all that have been properly mitigated, and construction continues to go on in accordance with DEP criteria. One of which is some of the contaminated soil in the area that's been properly collected and safely stored on site in proper containment systems, and also working in the river. And the Hackensack River has certain challenges just as far as fish life, and there's certain time periods when work can't be done. So all that has been properly worked into the schedule just to keep the project moving, as well as being environmentally conscious. There's roughly 470 trains that go over Portal Bridge every day. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of limited work times to impact trains. So a lot of the work is staged at night during off-peak periods, just to reduce impacts to the rail service on the corridor. As far as innovation on the project, the network tied arch certainly is one of the newest innovations for rail construction. The arches provide tremendous strength for a lot of the longitudinal forces of trains accelerating and braking. Rail traffic forces can be very significant, and the arches themselves are just strong, robust structures. The network-tied arches are also very stiff structures, and what I mean by that is they don't deflect very much, so that passengers, as they go over these long spans, have a nice smooth transition as they're going to work, drinking their coffee or whatever, just to enhance the customer experience.
Strategies we put in place to minimize any issues with passenger travel and in the rail system were crane swing limiters. We had multiple cranes working around the area. Sometimes we had over 400 contractors, 200 subcontractors working in, I would say at least a dozen cranes working within close proximity to or overhead energized lines in the railroad. And in a typical scenario, you would have to have a person, an ET aerial lineman, watching each and every single crane. We were able to set up a swing limiters in each crane, so they only had the ability to move so close to the railroad. We created a whole documentation checklist that were inspected every day by our H&H inspectors. A lot, if not all, crane work was allowed to happen with limited protection.
The Portal North project started, back in the early 2000s, where certain alternative studies were done for the track alignment and bridge type, just to optimize the value for Amtrak. Along the way, there's certainly been designs, funding challenges, start and stops throughout the project. And now, I'm proud to say that the project is in construction ahead of schedule and on budget, and should be completed in 2027.
H&H has made a critical impact on this project. Amtrak is not set up to handle a project of this size and multiple projects. They had all of the key things that we needed to make this project successful and be able to stay on time.
It's been a privilege both for H&H and myself to serve this project, serving Amtrak and New Jersey Transit. Just to deliver safe infrastructure for our kids and our grandkids and generations to come on this marquee project that's going to serve the Northeast Corridor as well as the New York City area.